So for my final project for Microsoft here, I wanted to keep it similar to the first couple of projects I did for Google and for Amazon. So naturally, I wanted to deploy a web application. So for this specifically, I wanted to deploy a Tomcat server onto an app service and also connect that to a MySQL database on the back end. Um, so really what that started with was creating resource groups, or I should say a resource group. I did this all through the Azure shell window, so I wasn't like actually going through the UI and doing all this stuff, but I created a resource group, an app service plan, a web app defined with that resource group and that app service plan, and then also created a MySQL server. Um, then after that, through the Azure UI, I was able to select the database through the resource group and configure some settings for that. I updated some more app settings to use Java 8 and Tomcat 9, as well as configure the connection. And then we got to the deployment part of this project, which is where everything started to go wrong. So what happened is, um, let me go to here is fine. Okay, so Microsoft actually doesn't allow you to run um, pipelines using their services. For some reason, they don't, even though it's allowed under the free tier, they don't actually let you do it without approval from Microsoft. So I had to, unfortunately, a couple nights before this is due, request that, and I still haven't heard anything from them. So I also looked into alternatives for this with some of the resources that were available online and found that we're actually able to um, run a pipeline, a CI process against a local configuration rather than um, something on Microsoft's end. So what I did for that was, let's see where this would be here. Yeah, so for the project I created, I actually created a new agent pool, and then I created a local agent, which then I was able to, you see a lot of failures here from all of my troubleshooting, but this is actually an agent on my local MacBook Pro. So if I go ahead and run that agent, you should see this go online momentarily. It's connecting currently, it's listening, now it's online. So if I refresh this, I don't even have to. You already saw that the agent is online. So that is all well and good. I also furthermore went in to this agent and made sure that Maven was one of the user-defined capabilities for it so that we can run Maven. So going back here a little bit to the project, which is called My Shuttle. It's just like a GitHub repository project. Let's go to pipelines, and we can see that we're getting a problem here um, related to Maven. Unfortunately, I just was not able to configure it correctly locally, and we're getting this error, this exception that would not have been the case if we were running against a Microsoft agent. But again, I'm still not able to do so. So I'm continuing to troubleshoot with this. It's kind of annoying. I can't get it working, especially because this is one of the last steps before final deployment of this project that was going to look all neat and pretty. But I can show you all the unzipped information for um, the agent here. So we used all of this. We basically downloaded a file from Microsoft, and we ran a few commands to get this all configured. So yeah, further steps for me, definitely going to try to continue messing with this build to get it going. Some things I actually tried based on online resources. I tried editing the build pipeline here to add a couple steps to install Maven manually, but it turned out that wasn't required, even though it was working. So I fell back to having to rely on this pom.xml file, and it seems like it's having some trouble running against my local agent rather than Microsoft. So again, that's where my work is going to be focused going forward here. But yeah, unfortunately, wasn't able to display this final result on the front end after deploying the website. But final steps would, of course, include getting that deployment to run, as well as linking the website to the SQL Server, which are both pretty straightforward steps. So yeah, thanks.